So are you also creating registrants manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to create GoToTraining Registrant on Jotform submission. So over here I'm running a edutech company and we regularly conduct training sessions for the same. And we use Jotform to collect the registrations of the same training sessions. So now what I want is that as soon as someone registers for the training session on Jotform, automatically that registrant should be created in my GoToTraining account too, without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Jotform and GoToTraining. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? Then for that, you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this tutorial, I'll show you how to automatically add registrants to GoToTraining whenever new Jotform submission is made. This seamless integration ensures that all your training participants are enrolled without any manual efforts, saving time and reducing the errors. So by connecting your Jotform account with your GoToTraining account, you can focus on creating impactful training sessions while the automation handles the participant registrations. So let's get started with a really simple example. Let's say that my name is Dummy User and I want to register for this training. So I'm entering all my details and now I'm just going to click on this submit. And after clicking on this submit, I'm just going to open my GoToTraining account, and over here you can see that this is the training. All right, so I'm just going to open this and look for the new registrant created. All right, I'm just going to go towards the registrations. Over here you can see registrations, and yes, you can see a new registrant has been created. You can see the same name and the email address which we entered, right? So this is the automation we are going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this automation for your business, then you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of stars free every month. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in, and as soon as we are going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm just going to click on this access now, right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create GoToTraining registrants on Jotform submission. Jotform to GoToTraining, and then we have to just click on this create. And as soon as we're going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will work. All right, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger. That's the reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands towards our trigger. Alright, so now what I want is I want to create GoToTraining Registrant on Jotform submission. So for my trigger application, I'm just going to select it as Jotform. So I'm just going to search for Jotform right over here, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. Now after selecting the trigger application, it is asking me for the trigger event. So for the trigger event, I want to select it as new response. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So over here what I want is that as soon as a new response is received, my workflow should be triggered or started. Alright, and now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Jotform account and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So what we have to do is, first we are just going to copy this webhook URL and then we have to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your Jotform account, open the form in the form builder and click on the settings tab. Navigate to the integration tab and then search for webhooks and then click on webhooks. Alright, we are going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my my Jotform account. And over here you can see all the forms which I have already created. But I want to create this automation for this form, so we are going to go towards the edit form of this form. Alright, and after coming on towards the edit of this form, we have to go towards the settings. Alright, now after coming on towards the settings, we have to go towards the left side of the bar and then integrations. And now we have to search for webhooks right over here. So I'm just going to search for webhooks right over here, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. And now it is asking me to add the webhook. So first we're just going to delete which is already added, and we are going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow, which was our webhook URL. And now after doing all of this, we just have to click on this complete integration. And as soon as we're going to click on this complete integration, yes, you can see integration ready. You have successfully created your integration. So with this, we have successfully connected our Jotform account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission/record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is, I'm just going to open my form, and we have to go towards this publish of this form, and then we have to open this form in a new tab. All right, and now we're going to register for this training. So let's say that for the first name, I'm going to keep it as test, last name as user, email as testuser55@pabblytudes.com, and this as the phone number. All right, I'm just going to enter all of these details, and now for this, I'm just going to select it as beginner and click on this submit. And as soon as we're going to click on this submit, it is saying that we have successfully submitted our form. So now what has happened is that Jotform has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. You can see all the details which we entered. You can see the same name, you can see the email and the phone number which we entered. So yes, with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new response is received from my Jotform, which is as soon as a new form submission is made in my Jotform, automatically my workflow is going to get triggered, and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. Alright, so now what I want is, I want to create GoToTraining Registrant on Jotform submission. So for my action application, we have to select it as GoToTraining. So I'm just going to search for GoToTraining right over here, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. Now for the action event, we have to select it as create registrant and click on this connect. And as soon as we're going to click on this connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your GoToTraining account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then we have to click on this blue button which says connect with GoToTraining. And as soon as we're going to click on this blue button given right over here, yes, you can see authorization successful. With this, we have successfully connected our GoToTraining account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. It was really easy because I've already logged in my account previously, alright? So that's why it is always advised to log in our applications before starting with the automation. Now it is asking me to select the training, alright, for which I want to create this automation. So this is the training for which I want to create the automation. So I'm just going to select the same. Now it is asking me for the email, the first name and the last name. So we are just going to enter these details one by one from the response of our previous step, alright. But we are not going to enter these details manually or by copy pasting it, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering, what is mapping? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Jotform as our trigger application. So we are just going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so I'm just going to map this email. For that, I'm just going to look for email, and as you can see the same, so we're going to map it. We're just going to map the first name too. I'm just going to look for name right over here, and as you can see test, so we're going to map it. Same we are going to do with the last name. I'm just going to look for last name, and as you can see user, so we're going to map it. And after mapping all of these details, we just have to click on this save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response, that we have successfully created a new registrant in our GoToTraining account. So I'm just going to put my GoToTraining registrants, and we're going to refresh this registrants page in order to check for a new registrant. And yes, you can see a new registrant has been created. You can see the same name and the email which we entered. So yes, with this, we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new response or a new form submission is received from my Jotform account, automatically a registrant is going to be get created in my GoToTraining account too. That too without any manual efforts. This workflow is going to run in backend and we can just sit back and relax. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.